Hello, everybody. Welcome to Size Daily Journal Podcast, Episode 9. Ease Up. So today I'm just here. I did a little mini workout and it didn't exactly go as long as I would have liked it to go, so today, kind of reminded me of something and I just want to talk about that. And it's about easing up. So, a lot of people have families, and a lot of people are trying to make things sufficient and work and work for in their lives, make things work in their lives. So one thing that a lot of us do, and including myself, is that we put a lot of high expectations on ourselves. I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about necessarily anything. This isn't really, I'm not talking about y'all's instructions or anything like that. I'm talking about like in our daily lives, like things that we face in life. Like we put really high expectations on ourselves. And like for some people that's married, sometimes something doesn't sometimes you might feel like you aren't fulfilling your role as the spouse, or sometimes you might be feeling like like I'm not being a good husband, or I'm not being a good wife, because or I'm not being a good friend, or whatever it may be, married or single. Sometimes you feel like you might be, failing your family, because of a high expectation you have on yourself, and by high expectation, I mean like something, like we have a goal for something. We have a goal for something to do, either for our lives or for our families, and then it doesn't happen. So you have like to have alternative routes to to keeping things keeping things as it should be. And sometimes there may be a situation where there's like certain depression in the family, or or um or certain struggles in the family, and I just want to say that, remember that you are, of course, if you're a believer, you are you're Yah's child. So, remember, don't put such a high expectation on yourself. We're not perfect beings, but we are striving, in our walk, and of course it takes time. It takes time to adjust, having such high expectations on yourself. It can be more mentally exhausting than physically, and mentally exhausting yourself can affect your physical health. It can affect your physical health and all of that. So don't take things one step at a time. And take your time. don't feel like you're a failure, and because sometimes, of course, we all make mistakes, and not just mistakes, but we sometimes we have a lot of plans, or we may make a lot of plans, or we may want to do something, and it might not come out to be, it might not come out to something. How can I say it? It might not come out as something that we end up doing. It's just kind of there as something you've been trying to do, but you haven't really been in that certain area where you would like it to be. So don't pressure yourself with high expectations. Like for example, weight loss. It takes time. It takes a bit of time to lose weight. So just like don't feel like you're a failure. And there are other plans that many of us have. Don't feel like you're a failure, because like I mentioned this in one of my other podcasts, that I have a lot of plans. I started on some. Sorry, that's my phone. I have a lot of plans. I started on some and I haven't finished them. So I just want to remind you that if you also have those plans, that you push yourself, not like force, like not like overdo things, but give yourself a push of motivation to to try working on something you've been holding off, or something that something that you have as an expectation, but it's not like an over expectation, or maybe I should use goal instead of expectation for some case scenarios. Sometimes we have over expectations, and sometimes we have goals, and a lot of times we don't reach those goals, and so and it's probably because of all the stress that's still in the world today. Taking care of your family, trying to pay your bills, trying to go to work, and trying to do everything either by yourself, or trying to fulfill that role in your family. Trying to make sure you be the best the best whoever you are, whatever your role is in the family, to keep things going, so I'm just gonna pray over you all that has goals and expectations, and I pray that not just over you all, but myself also, that we don't pressure ourselves and over expectations, and that we take things, at a steady pace, to keep learning and to keep building up wherever y'all may be leading us to, and your talents and your skills and whatever He's gifted you with, and don't. And I pray that that we just wherever you're leading us to, Father, that we just not be so hard on ourselves, and just know that whatever we may not do, then we will always know that the one who has the answer to everything is you, Father. So, and we thank you and we bless you, and we pray that you bless us in Yeshua's name. Amen. Thanks for listening, and shalom.